All right, good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are going to this morning. We're going to break and do a quick check on what's going on with these raggedy ass markets. What's going on with the raggedy market? I don't think there's really too much news. I went browsing through the news, nothing major, nothing crazy. So I'm not even going to go into that. We're just going to real quick check the market. The market cap is down. Clearly it's down. It was at 2.7 something yesterday. It is down to, look, 2.68 trillion and holding. Let's see. Let's get a general check. We can see, in general, Bitcoin, 84,000. It's 7 days still up 2.31%. Ethereum, 7 days it's down, still down 9.63. XRP in the last 7 days, yeah, it's up, nothing drastic, 5.6%. Solana back up. You know, she was down around the 110, 111 mark. She's up 11% in the last 7 days. Our stablecoin, United States stablecoin, clearly the United States dollar coin, it's right there for your eyes. It doesn't do anything. It just fluctuates 99 cents to $1. But I do see our volume, 8 billion. So we are using more. We have a circulating supply minted of United States dollar coin is 60 billion in circulation being used. You can see there the market cap is 60 billion. So what they have minted and in existence is out there being used. A lot of stores and businesses do accept this. It's not just it's not the way that we're expecting to use it immediately. It's the way like Visa and them do, and Visa doesn't, which is all that stuff is handled on the back end by that company. So you can then take your Coinbase card or whatever application you use. They will all have some form of Visa card attached, and you'll convert cryptocurrency into USDC. And some of them you don't even need to do that, but they'll convert it. But most of them you'll just turn into USDC or whatever one by choice that they convert, and you'll use it. But generally it's a USDC, and businesses in the United States are already accepting it through Visa without even knowing that Visa does all this stuff in the background. So yeah. Dogecoin in the last 7 days, it is up 1.45%. Tron has gotten a hold of stable coins. I don't know if they've touched base with USDC yet. I'm waiting to see what happens with that. But in the last 7 days, they are up 3.26%. Cardano doing better. Last 7 days, it's up 3.1%. Let's see. And these are the things that I'm pretty much watching. Not all this stuff. Chainlink in the last 7 days. Chainlink is always fluctuating between $10 and $11, right? Most of the time I've seen it, and that's the bad point. It's still doing good. I don't know. We should probably dive into that one day and see what else is going on in the world of Chainlink. See if there's any major changes that they've done with that technology. Because all it's supposed to do is bridge. Stellar Lumens, it's still down, right? But not much. It's 0.11%. Like that's really nothing. It's actually, it's down, but in the last 7 days. But 24 cents. We haven't made the money that we lost. But then again, no, because if you bought it 11 cents, as I did, you're still in the good. So you'll look at the yearly and be like, oh yeah, I'm still up. All right. Hedera is up in the last 7 days. People are acknowledging Hedera again. Hedera is going to be jumping deep into the USDC stablecoin side. And as far as them being a United States company, they're going to be doing major things as well. So I'm glad everybody's picking up on that. We might want to start buying that again. It's at 17 cents. It's a very low cost. Shiba Inu, meme coin. I don't know. There's a lot of talk and hype, but does it ever mean anything? I'm sure it moves fast now. This would be a great time to talk about Ethereum. For the longest time, we've all had these nasty thoughts about Ethereum. Oh my God, Ethereum sucks. It's slow. It costs $20, $30, $40, $50, $100 to do a transaction. Who in the hell wants to do that? Nobody. Well, what I've found since going back to using and doing Ethereum transactions, I think Maybe they're using a Solana rail. I'm not sure if they're using the XRP rail, but I've noticed the transactions can be anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds, and the cost has been down to like 3 pennies, 1 penny, 7 penny, and sometimes less than that. So for Ethereum-based technology, transactions, I'm shocked as shit. I'm back on Ethereum assets because of how they're moving. Now, is this Ethereum? I don't know. I think they're on a cross chain. They're bridged and running on other rails. I can't prove that per se, but I'm sure there's information out there to just bring it all together. Well, there was Flare. Flare was able to put Dogecoin and Bitcoin on the XRP rail, I believe, to make that transaction move. So I'm sure Ethereum is nothing, just another thing on the rail. So I don't know. It's up in there. I can't prove any of that. I can just tell you that if you're not using Ethereum because those prices and that speed was terrible, go check it out now. Go move some Ethereum. Go move some Ethereum-based assets. Like, for instance, I use White Rock. It's an asset that I'm collecting, and I can move that stuff like nothing, like cheap and fast. It's a lot of assets on the Ethereum network that I've actually crossed back into based on their use case. Don't be fooled. We're all about use case over here. So Shiba Inu for a meme coin, it does have potential. I just don't know. Like I wouldn't accept it for a payment because that's what stable coins are for. So that kind of pushes that out the way. Memeology, like what? Based on like it's old and it's a dog, like, and people want to put value in it. It's 7 billion. Right now, there's 589 trillion of those things out there. So, like, wow. Honestly, I don't. Unless you killed that to like down to 60 billion. If you killed that down to 60 billion, then we can have a conversation. But as of right now, I have this in different locations. It just sits. It's no value right now, and it just sits. And maybe one day, maybe 5-6 years down the road, if they get it down to 60 billion or 100 billion, you might see some value there. But no, there's no value there today, and I don't think for a long time. So I'm not banking on that. But because I was a part of that hype train years ago, I just left it sitting. It's just sitting. That's it. It's just sitting. And yeah, nothing special. What else? These are things that Ondo, look at that. It's up 12.73% to 88 cents. Doing pretty good. And I don't know, I think we did a video on Ondo. We'll probably just go back in there and see how they're doing with their technology, just to keep up to date with it. We're not doing it today though. Let's see. VeChain, I haven't checked in to see what their technology is doing. But I will get back to it. I'll probably make a video on that. But they were basically a technology that would allow you to track the movement of all goods. That's all they were doing. They connected with a lot of companies over in China, I believe is where this was. And they were able to track stuff all across the world. I don't know what they did after that. I haven't checked back into it, but that's still a reasonably great price on that. But for years, it's been low like this. This is nothing new. It's been very low. We haven't seen any major gains on VeChain, but that'll be a good reason to go check into that technology and see what's going on. So we'll probably do a video with that in the near future. Algorand. I'm so excited about Algorand. Look at that, 18 cents. We're up in the last 7 days, 6.2%. The things that their technology is being used for is amazing. We saw Lofty. We checked in on that, and there's a few more technology to check in for companies doing things with this currency, with this asset. So it's definitely looking pretty good there. There is 8 billion Algorand in circulation. Let's see. I don't see the total supply. We'll have to check that out at a later time. XDC is up to 8 cents today. In the last 7 days, it's up 16.5%. XDC is making a lot of changes with this technology and what it does. We'll definitely have to go in there and check that out in another video. Right now, we're just doing just a recap of what's going on as far as these numbers. This weekend, they have come up. They really haven't. They've come up from where they failed to, because the markets failed. I assume all this was based on this whole tariff scare. But check the previous video where I talk about that tariff higgly hobbly bibbly bobbly. That shit doesn't mean shit. And a lot of that shit is just talk, especially when you hear it loud and mainstream. It's just fucking talk. It's the stuff that's not talked about that's usually the major important shit happening. And then there's Flare. Flare is up 20%. And I do feel like Flare, based on what their technology does, is the reason why Ethereum could possibly be moving as fast as it is. But I can't prove it. And I also feel like, looking at the attachment with Solana, maybe they could be on Solana rails too. I don't know. I'm speculating here. Interesting. We need to find out what the hell is Ethereum running on, because we all know Ethereum, slow as shit, costs lots of fucking money to move that shit. What's going on? So Flare is doing pretty good. That's a very good price, 1.5 pennies. If you're going to collect that based on the fact that it can move stuff over to the XRP ledger from Ethereum. Oh, yeah, it's pretty much Ethereum to XRP, I believe. Yeah, that's so this is a way for us. Yeah, Ethereum could literally just be moving across this to the XRP rails, and that's why we're seeing those fast ass transactions at that cheap price. That could very well be it. It makes more sense that way. Can't prove it, but I do know that Flare was designed for that purpose. So interesting. I'll be looking for some more money to increase my inventory there of that asset, because that could be, you don't want to be late to that party. And again, we always talk use case, and so go look Flare up. I'll get to a video on it, but go look it up yourself. Don't be afraid. Come to CoinMarketCap, click on that, and then go click on About, or click on the left and find the website and go there. And if you want more detailed information, the technical, you can look at the white paper. All right, but Flare at 1.5 cents, that's looking awesome. That is looking awesome. PayPal USD. I don't know what backs them. I don't know. I have to look that up, see what backs them. But as a stable coin, it's still doing pretty good, right? 99 cents to $1, holding its value. Let's see. I don't know much about Quant. Graph, man. Let's see. Onyx Coin XCN has been on the move this week. Look at it. It got up to 160 some percent. For the 7 day, it's up to 140 now, 141 now. So it's doing pretty good. It's at 2 pennies. And I believe we did a video on that. I'm not sure. But this is believed connected to BlackRock. BlackRock's been making a lot of major moves. As you can see in the previous videos, don't be afraid to look back in the past videos and just see all the stuff going on. So this definitely something major is happening here. And yes, I don't like buying in the greens. So when it hits red, it's a good time for me to go in. That's why when you see this bullshit about, oh, the tariffs and the fucking numbers are down. Yeah, you know what? Who gives a flying fuck? When those numbers are down, this is just the nature of the beast. When the numbers are down, fucking buy the shit up. Don't be afraid. Just buy it up. The numbers are down. Just buy the shit up. And then shit like this happens. Oh, you bought it at 0.000009. Well, you profited some because it's at 0.02, right? So when that fucking number falls, the fucking tariffs and crypto's going to shit. It's no longer that. That's fucking crazy. You've seen the videos. That's crazy. Don't believe that shit. Just buy when the shit's in the red. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Theta Network, and I'm not telling you to buy this, but like, it's in the red for 7 days. Okay. Ooh, it's in the red for 7 days. I don't want to buy that. They're going to crash. That's not how that works. Clearly. Gala Games. Well, that was Gala Games. I don't know what they're doing now. We got to check into that. Made good money there previously. But as you can see, let me show you guys something. Let's go look real quick. Let's back this thing up. Let's back it up. We're going to go back. Back in the time. All right, 2021. All right, let's come all the way back here. I want you guys to see something. All right. Now, this is 2021. I want you all to see this because I'm explaining to you how money's made. You don't got to believe me, but I lived this life already. I can tell you this how money was made. Back in 2020, getting my hands on something interesting like Gala Games. Like, oh, wow, that's pretty interesting. I think there can be money made there, right? Money was made there, okay? Purchasing at these low numbers. I want you to see this. So when you look at these other technologies, right, and their use case, you got to know the use case is important. If their use case isn't important, you're just wasting your time. So if you come in at 2020, a lot of people did. Money was made here. And you come on down and you see this stuff happen, right? Holy crap, right? Money's made 2021. Look at this. Remember you bought here. So let's say you bought 1 million of these, right? And then your numbers are going up. You just dropped 2 zeros and you're to 1. Now watch this. Money's going to be made drastically. Look at this shit here. Uh-oh. Look at that. Look at that. I want you to see that. In 2021, if you bought at 3 zeros and you waited, you held it, I want y'all to learn this valuable lesson. I didn't have 1 million. I wish I did. I was stupid. I learned a lesson. You learn lessons in this space. Okay, I want you guys to learn. I'm showing you a lesson. I'm giving you guys eggs right now. And this was a use case. This wasn't like, oh, this is a cheap coin. No. So Gala Games was like leading in the space of video games coming on to using blockchain technology, right? They had a lot of games that people commonly played on devices and stuff. That's where they were at. And they were making their rounds with it. And let me see. Let me go over here. We're going to open this up in a new tab. Gala Games at the time is what it was. Now look at this, right? See, when I got involved, all right, let's get those cookies out the way. When I got involved, it was Gala Games, right? It wasn't even this major. Like this, it wasn't even, all this is new. I want you to check this out. All right. So when you look at that Walking Dead, right? This is what, this is what Gala Games was out there doing, right? So let's go back over here. So this is what Gala Games was doing. They were building themselves a name in video games. And now you can see they've gotten into music and other things. I was one of those early birds. And this is technology. Like, oh man, that technology really has a place. It's going to be major. And it did nothing for a long time, right? Nothing. It was just sitting there. Nothing happening. Then all of a sudden you wake up one morning and those numbers are just fucking high. You're like, what the fuck, right? Didn't have enough to become a millionaire, but had enough to learn a valuable fucking lesson. Enough to learn a valuable lesson and let you all learn this lesson right here, okay? You see, we're looking at Gala Games. And you see a lot of people purchased it at the 3-0 marker in the belief of the technology. Okay. Do what you want with this information. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm going to put you down to the game. Now, boy, had I had 1 million of those things, life would have been great. I would have been really close at 74 cents, right? Because that's almost $1. I'd have been real close to a millionaire, but I didn't have nowhere near 1 million, but I learned a lesson. All right. Matter of fact, actually, when I got into the space, I came in at the penny marker. So I came in around this price. So I wasn't buying 1 million of that because that's still expensive. So we can hang that up. But you see what happened? It hit a spike and a lot of people sold. Look at that. Holy crap. Millionaires were made. 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 Look at this. Millionaires were made up here. Millionaires were made. Now, let's go on back. Back it on up. and you're going to get this lesson. So when I'm browsing through these things, right, I'm looking at the technology and I'm researching the technology so I can better understand what the potential is, because it's all potential. You're looking at this from an investor's perspective. The only time you're not an investor is when you're holding a stable coin and you're not making money on it unless you're getting a yield and it's being locked up somewhere, and you're getting a yield because someone's borrowing off of it, but you're not making a real investor's money where you make crazy numbers. You're just basically getting a yield off of your money sitting because you've already made it. You've made money from your money. All right, so let's be investors. All right, so as an investor, millionaires were made here. Millionaires were made on Dogecoin too, because people had Dogecoin. That was just the shock of the century, right? Oh, what the fuck, Doge here, right? So that happened right here. Flare, right? Flare as a technology is a bridge to get these currencies moving across these other railroads, right? Or XRP's rails. All right. And so that's how you need to be looking at stuff. Algorand is a technology. Okay. It's a technology that's moving, that's helping companies bring their stuff onto the, like assets. Okay. The homes are, we just saw Lofty homes are on the market. So you have to do your research, right? Ondo is a technology that BlackRock is using, okay? This, you can see it's up, right? The potential of it, who knows, right? Who knows the potential? PayPay, this is meme. This is nothing to pay attention to. This is going to be like Shiba Inu, right? This is going to always be blip, 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 right? Look at that, 420 trillion are in circulation. Money's not made here. This is gambling. This is the casino. And it's a casino that you're usually going to lose in. Hedera is a technology, okay, and so that's not where it stops. It's going to grow and continue to grow. Stellar Lumens grow, continue to grow. Chainlink technology grow. Cardano technology grow. Tron technology, well, yes and no. Yes, Tron's still a technology, with a use case. So yeah, Doge, I mean, it's really a meme. It doesn't do anything, but you know, whatever. XRP is a technology. It's the rails that's moving money across the world. Solana is a technology, and technologies are built off of Solana. Ethereum is a technologies are built off that as well. All right, so let's check the USA. And then we'll check the stuff that I like to watch. All these are technologies. You've got to understand what this is not. This is meme. But there's only 200 million, so that's not bad. So that, I mean, I don't know. It has no real use case. It's just a meme. So I don't know. I think the thing was up to $41 at some point in time. That's crazy. But you know, people follow a meme, right? It's crazy. Onyx Coin is a technology, and you can get it at 2 cents. Let's see. You've got, that's a meme, right? Penguin, Pudgy Penguins. This is crazy. This shit is crazy, man. Like, see, and this is what people will do. They'll say, "Oh, look at the zeros," and they'll try to buy it up. Like, it's no. AMP is a technology. Okay, that's a technology, but this is not a technology, right? Akash is a technology. That's not a technology, but you can see it's got a price tag on it, right? Like, oh, it's a meme that's going to make money. It's 541 million, right? It's a smart meme with that low amount of circulating supply, right? Who knows what the total is? You have to go open it up and check it out. Let's see. Digibyte is a technology. Okay, it's 1 cent. CELO's at 30 cents, and CELO's using in like other countries, like on the continent of Africa. Quote unquote. Tailcoin's a technology, 0.004. It runs fast. It does. It runs fast. It has its own app, wallet. It's to move money left and right. But I mean, this is kind of mute when you talk about stable coins. So like, it's got to do something else because it's stable. People now don't get it twisted. If they put stable coin like USDC on their rails, then yes, this becomes a great technology because countries are going to want to move they're stable coins on a railroad or a network. So one surefire way to make your asset a good technology is to put a stable coin on it. And I think we're going to see a lot of these networks start coming on to moving stable coins, and that's where they're going to become important. So when you see stuff like this, the second you see it start carrying stable coins, it's going to be a great asset, because especially USDC in the conversation piece of what backs the USDC stable coin. If it does that, then it's going to become major. So that's what you look at. Is it backing some country's stable coin, and is their stable coin running on that rails? When it's something like this, I mean, Tailcoin just moves money, right? So if you're going to move money, you got to move a stable coin, because nobody wants your coin. They want to move the stable coin because that's what's going to be accepted for payment. XYO, this did pretty good. Money was made here too. We'll probably do a dive on that. This was an early bird, but the price was very low, so I made money on it back then. Let's see. Scale is about moving money. Constellation is a technology used by governments. So it's 4 pennies for that. Let's see. Verge moves money. It fell down and hit the pits for a while, but it moves fast. Zebec Network, we did a video on that, and me looking at that price. This is a good technology. Okay, now I'm aware that it may take months, a year, or 2 years, but I'm consuming this because 1, it moves very fast, and 2, it has a job. Okay, and if it's moving a stable coin, that's even better in my opinion. So me looking at what this technology does, and we've already done the videos, go to the past videos, and you'll see. And that's what you just got to do. I'm sorry. That's what you got to do. Look at the technologies. Now I'm going to show you some of the things that I watch. I should be able to see my watch list. You can see the stars already. So my watch list, stuff that I find important. I find XRP important. I find Solana important. Of course, USDC. That's the United States coin. Dogecoin is still relevant based on the fact that it's the United States. Tron to me is relevant. Cardano is relevant. Stellar Lumens is relevant. Hedera is relevant. Shiba Inu, just because I'm holding it, I just sit there so I can keep up with the price. I'm expecting years before this does anything, man. Maybe another 4 or 5 years before this gets any value. Ondo, definitely. VeChain, Algorand, XDC, Flare, Onyx Coin, Alchemy Pay. Alchemy Pay is all about moving money, and they're crossing over rails. They're working with, I believe, XRP, so that's good technology to me. VeThor is connected to where is it? VeChain, and I was buying these at the same time years ago, so they're on my board because I have them. CeeLo, Tailcoin. I'm hoping Tailcoin gets into the stablecoin market because that's going to definitely make money there. White Rock. So what White Rock is doing, bringing assets, stocks and bonds onto the market. To me, like, that's great potential. So I'm still consuming and buying that. I don't care about the red. The red tells me to buy. All that red just tells me to buy. So based on that, is it a scam hoax? I don't really give a shit. Was Gala Games a scam and a hoax? Right? Made money there. So don't be fooled. Look at the technology. Understand the technology. And then that's what you're investing in, the technology. Ripple USD, I keep an eye on because, that's Ripple's stablecoin. And institutions are going to use that. And you're not going to make money there, but that's just what people want to use to do business. Sologenic technology, it's up. Velo moves money. So if they get a stable coin, then their network will really become great. They run off XLM or Stellar Lumens. It's just a branch off. And then, Stellar Lumens already moves USDC. So these would be side chains, I guess you could say, that have the potential by moving stable coin. And other countries, like I said, when you talk about the world in general, there aren't enough chains to move stable coins by itself. There aren't enough chains to conduct business with assets, properties, stocks, and bonds. So that's why I collect this one. That's why I'm collecting Zebec. That's why Propy is all about buying and selling homes, right? So these are bringing homes onto the network. So I look at that 61 cent. It's up in the 7 days, 12.56%. but I'm still going to buy that. I'm going to buy that up until, I don't know, $1, $2, $3, and I'm going to keep buying it because of the potential of what it does. Now, more of these assets will come into existence because it becomes, once they learn to master technology, and you're going to need more than one company to be buying and selling homes. So this technology with buying and selling homes and assets, all those things are important. Also AI tech. Also AI tech. And we'll get to that too. So when I see stuff like this and new ones pop up, I'm on them because one of these ain't going to get it done for the whole world. You're out your fucking mind. Corium, that's a technology. This one moves money, and they're going to move money for banks and institutions as well. All right, they're built off of the XLM ledger SHX. You can see the price there. I got it cheaper than that, but I'll still be buying it at that price. Look at that price, right? Griffin, this is on my radar because they are an AI technology. They deal with AI agents. So at 3 pennies, man, that's a great buy. XRP Healthcare, they deal in the health market. They actually have an app and they have a card, a savings card to get your prescriptions filled, and you save money and gain money. So that's great technology that runs on the XRP ledger, XRPL. Layer AI is another AI agent technology. I do believe this is tied up with BlackRock. I can't prove it yet, but I'm sure I'll find information to prove it. But I look at that at 0.002 cents. It's AI tech. This is going to continue. AI tech is blowing up now, but you don't see the potential. So when I look at the 0.002, it's no different than when we were looking at Gala, right? You can't see it now, but it'll show itself. Songbird, that's really like a test net. So I don't know if that's important to even have that. You know what I'm saying? Then you have the XRP market, which is XPM. That's where you can exchange XRP stuff. And XRP Army, which is basically a meme token. And then Scopely is a market for XLM. So those are the things that I watch. My list will grow as I learn about more technologies, because that's what you want to do. You want to learn about the technologies, and that's what you want to invest in. I showed you how it worked with Gala Games, and how that did what it did. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the markets are low. Red is a great time to buy. You don't want to just buy anything. You don't want to follow somebody's influencer video telling you to buy this, that, and the other. You want to go investigate. You want to see who's involved, what countries are involved, what's the technology, and you want to know what technologies have we stepped into. We're in a stable coin market. We're in a AI agent market. We're in a converting assets like home, stocks, and bonds market. We are changing. This is where the institutions are involved at. This is why we now have more server farms being built, data centers, because in order for institutions and businesses to use the AI technology, the stocks, bonds, and assets and homes technology, and to move money, they need those server farms and data centers to do all this stuff. They need the AI agents to make those transactions happen around the clock. And so that's what I'm looking at in the year 2025. I don't know what you guys are looking at, but that's what I'm looking at in 2025. This has been a long video. I shared some jewels with you. I hope you guys take those jewels and run with them, and you start building for your future.